Hello to all my composed men out there, new and old. This is the Composed Man here, and I hope you've had a great day. I'm happy to be back with another video to explore why men struggle to express emotions. They say men don't show emotions, that we're stoic, silent, and unbothered. But the truth is, it is not natural for men to be ruled by emotions and feel deeply. They just learned early on that expressing it in the wrong way at the wrong time costs something. From childhood, we're told not to cry, to man up, to hide pain behind strength and call it control. But what happens when that control becomes a cage? When silence turns into isolation? This is the psychology behind why men struggle to express emotions and how that struggle silently shapes our lives. For most men, emotional restriction begins young. A boy falls, cries, and hears, "Don't cry, you're fine." That moment plants a seed that emotion is weakness. Over time, those small corrections form an emotional blueprint. Hide your feelings to be accepted, stay composed to be respected. Psychologists call this emotional socialization. It's the process by which boys are taught to downplay vulnerability while rewarding traits like stoicism, logic, and toughness. By the time that boy becomes a man, emotion isn't something he avoids, it's something he doesn't even recognize anymore. Underneath most emotional suppression lies fear, the fear of rejection, judgment, or loss of respect. Men are wired to protect their social standing. Throughout history, vulnerability could mean weakness in competition or survival. Even today, in social and romantic dynamics, men often feel the pressure to appear unshakable, so they develop emotional armor. Anger becomes the only emotion they're allowed to show because it feels powerful, not exposed. But every armor has a cost. It keeps pain out, but it also keeps connection out. Here's the paradox modern men face. Society tells us to open up, but still shames us when we do. If a man shows no emotion, he's cold. If he opens up too much, he's soft. So he walks the line between being emotionally available and emotionally safe, never quite landing on either side. The result? A silent internal conflict, a man torn between who he is and who he thinks he's supposed to be. We talk about toxic masculinity, but the real toxicity is emotional confusion, the pressure to feel deeply but express nothing. From a psychological standpoint, emotional suppression is a defense mechanism. When emotions are uncomfortable or unsafe to express, the mind pushes them down to maintain control. But suppression doesn't delete emotion, it just hides it in the subconscious. That's why men who never learn to talk about sadness often express it as irritability, distraction, or emotional shutdown. Studies show that men are more likely to mislabel sadness or fear as anger because anger feels active, while sadness feels vulnerable. So a man might lash out, withdraw, or overwork not because he doesn't feel, but because he doesn't know how to translate feeling into words. When men silence emotion long enough, the silence starts speaking for them. It shows up as distance in relationships, as burnout from carrying unspoken pressure, as health problems, heart issues, stress disorders, insomnia. The body keeps the score. What the mind suppresses, the body expresses. Many men don't realize they're emotionally isolated until something breaks. A relationship ends, a friendship fades, or life forces stillness. And in that stillness, they realize how heavy the armor has become. So how can a man start expressing emotion without losing composure or strength? Awareness. Recognize what you're feeling. Give it a name: anger, guilt, loneliness, confusion. Naming emotion moves it from the emotional brain to the rational one, from chaos to clarity. Acceptance. Stop judging what you feel. Emotions are signals, not verdicts. They don't define who you are, they reveal what matters to you. Expression. Find ways to let emotion move. Talk, write, train, create, reflect. You don't need to overshare, you just need to stop pretending it isn't there. True control doesn't come from suppressing emotions, it comes from understanding them. The composed man is not emotionless, he's emotionally fluent. He doesn't run from his feelings, he leads them, guides them, and channels them with intention. Because real strength is quiet. It's not in the denial of emotion, it's in the mastery of it. He who understands his emotions commands his peace. The Composed Man. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to The Composed Man, where we explore the psychology, philosophy, discipline, and depth behind modern masculinity. Stay aware, stay grounded, stay composed.